Well, hello everyone. This is Troy Harper here at Harper Cigar Lounge, and I've got a great guest today, Perry Richardson from STRYPER, bass player for STRYPER. He's been with them since 2017, and such a great guy. And Perry, again, thanks for being here today. I appreciate you, brother.
Dude,
Uh,
Troy, thanks for having me, man. This is gonna
you're
be
welcome.
cool.
It's an
I
honor to
haven't.
have you, especially since STRYPER is pretty much my favorite band besides Kiss. And I've been following
That's
STRYPER
awesome.
since I've been 14 years old. And so, man, and meeting you a few years back and getting to talk to you for a few and getting to smoke a little bit of my cigar while you were smoking yours, that just was an honor. And for you to accept to come onto this today and take time out of your busy schedule, it means the world to me. It really
How
does.
how could I turn down a rock and roll cigar podcast?
Man, have you ever been on
Come
a
on.
cigar heavy metal
No,
podcast? As far as I
no,
know, this is the only one. This is
I
the only
didn't. I've
one.
never heard of one. So
Yeah.
I had to do it,
When I
man.
started this whole thing, I really did a lot of research to make sure no one else was doing it. I really wanted to do something different. And since I thought, since I'm an outcast, since I'm a metalhead, metalheads and cigar smokers have always been considered outcasts because people just don't understand us. And I
Yep.
thought, why not join the two together? And it's growing more every day, this channel, and more people are catching on to it. And getting more people that have came onto this channel just to watch it and have gotten into cigars and have kind of dove back into music they kind of stopped listening to over the years.
Yep.
And so this channel has really been about just I guess it's all about creating great memories and kind of looking back on great memories in our life through cigars and music.
Yeah.
Um, I know when I smoke cigars, I really think a lot about all the great things in my life, everything that's been great in my past, and music's always been a big part of that.
Oh
Um,
God. Yeah. Yep.
so this channel's really helped people rekindle a lot of their past that have been into this kind of music, and it's been great. A lot of people have been joining this community here, and it's just growing. It's growing more every day. So, um,
Beautiful.
yeah. So,
Well,
but
I'll push it all I can for you, dude. I'll
well,
throw it all
you
over
know,
the
I appreciate that.
line.
And
Yeah.
today, this really isn't about me today. This is all about bringing more attention to you, Perry. I feel you're like one of the most underrated bass guitarists, which shouldn't be. But you're one of the best bass players I've ever watched and seen. And
Oh man. Thank
I
you.
just I just think you need more exposure. And I really would love to see STRYPER finally get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame eventually. I,
That would be, yeah, that would
I
be nice.
yeah, that would be great. And you guys would be the
Uh,
first Christian metal band to ever make it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Um, but
yeah, that might make it tough, but we'll see.
yeah. But I mean, looking back, back in the old days, with STRYPER, they were the first Christian metal band to be on MTV and to have number one hits on top of it. Back in 1987, Free and Honestly went to number one on MTV, and I'm glad to be a part of that because I dialed in all the time to MTV and voted for those songs.
That's
And
great.
Calling on You was at number two on Dial MTV, and also, in 1987, STRYPER really dominated the MTV, era, um,
Yeah,
with such great songs, and they had two songs in the top 10 on MTV on top of things. So they've got a great history. I
yeah,
guess I feel if they could do that, I think there's a good chance that eventually they'll make it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
yeah.
You guys,
That that would be
I,
a dream come
it
true right
would,
there.
it really
Yeah.
would. But STRYPER's the pioneering Christian metal band formed in 1983. So I was 13. I was 13 at the time. They are in the you guys are in the Christian Music Hall of Fame. Um, and also in the Nashville Christian and Gospel Music Museum. So that's awesome.
In the
and
heavy metal Hall of Fame. I
Christian Music Hall of Fame.
yeah, there's also I have a plaque from
Yeah, right
I'd
here
never heard of it
actually.
before, but it was a heavy metal Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the Metal Hall of Fame.
And
Stryper is.
I
Yeah,
didn't know when that started. I hadn't heard of that, but that's
yeah,
a great
yeah.
honor. I'll take whatever I can get.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's see.
Uh,
Stryper was inducted into the Metal Hall of Fame for their role in blending heavy metal with Christian themes. It doesn't say what year though. Doesn't say what year.
that
So
was maybe 4 years ago, something like that.
okay,
I can't
so
remember.
fairly recently.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah. I mean, and Michael has mentioned that they deserve. You guys deserve consideration. To be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Um, with the unapologetic Christian message he said likely prevents it. But I
Yeah.
think there's always a chance. And I tell you what, you guys will have my vote, that's for sure. So
Yeah, that would
um
be cool.
yeah, it'd be awesome. It'd be awesome. And then the Firehouse days, man, we'll get into that. But what cigar are you smoking today, Perry?
Oh, well, let's get this going.
Yeah.
Let's get this going. I'm doing
This is
the TBC. Here's
okay. So
uh,
and what
wait
GBC
a
is that,
minute.
Perry?
Good. There's the label.
Okay, so you got the signature blend, it looks like. And that's yeah, that's been my side work as being a brand ambassador for the boutique cigar.
It's so cool the way this is wrapped with the
Oh, you've got the triple play. You've got the
three different
triple
wrappers.
play. That is a
Yeah,
great cigar, Perry. That is a great cigar.
I've
You
never seen anything like that before. That's why I
yeah,
had to
it's
try
pretty
this one.
unique.
Yeah,
Pretty unique. Well,
very
today I'm
cool.
smoking the this is the Smoking Metal Beast. Um
Uh-huh.
and this is my new cigar that just came out. It's this is a Toro, 6.5 by 52. Also in a torpedo, 6.25 by 54. Wrappers Cuban seed Maduro, greenhouse grown, and binder filler Mexican Nicaraguan. Long filler, strength is medium to full. Taste notes pepper, spice, some earth, um, some minerals, leather cedar, sea salt. A lot of this is a power or a flavor bomb, definitely. Dark roast coffee, dark roast or dark chocolate, and
Nice.
cream, natural tobacco sweetness. So, but there it is.
That sounds great.
Yeah, and
Yes,
Perry,
yes.
I'll be getting you some of these definitely to you. I
Uh,
definitely want you to try these. So, but these just
I
came
won't
out.
turn that down.
Yeah, no, I will get you a couple of these to try and see what you think. But yeah, they've been great. There's been a lot of great reviews on it so far. Um, a lot of people have picked them up and have advertised them and done some reviews on them. And so
Beautiful.
anyway, I've seen some reviews between 90 and 95 on this cigar so far. So
Oh, wow. That's great, dude.
yeah, so it's
Very
doing really
good.
well, doing really well. And
Well,
that cigar, you're gonna get all kinds of flavor notes in that cigar. You're gonna get some creaminess. You're gonna get some chocolates, some coffees. You're gonna get some. Once you get into that candela in the middle there, you're gonna get some citrusy notes, some tea notes.
yeah.
You're gonna get a lot of great flavors out of that. So you're gonna love that, Perry.
Well, that's cool.
Anyway,
Well,
cheers to you.
let's light up.
Let's do it, man. Well, Perry, what do you guys do for Easter? You got any traditions or anything you guys like to do on Easter, or since that's coming up tomorrow?
We're gonna we're s- my sister, and the reason I moved back to Myrtle Beach area is my sister lives here still because
Mm,
I was born in Conway, South Carolina, which is about 15 miles from Myrtle Beach. And so I wanted to get back to this area. I'd been in Nashville for, I think, 17 years and 16, 17, something like that. And I had planned on moving back home. So I wanted to be back to the family, and I have tons of cousins and aunts and
that's
uncles that
great.
are still here. So I wanted to be around them more. And That's the reason I came back here.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's a great place to live though, dude. It's the weather's great. Uh, I bought a lot on a out of town. I'm about probably 6 miles off the coast inland on a golf course. So
Mm,
I wanted to be on and it's kind of out in the country at the moment. I'm sure that it's growing like crazy out here. But anyway, right now we're kind of surrounded by swamp and forest, and it's beautiful. Trees everywhere, and
wow.
it's gorgeous. And I love the atmosphere out here. So I built us a house here, and Shelly's mom built her a mother-in-law suite right beside us,
Oh, that's
and
great. That is
so
great.
we're
Wow.
right here. But I my sister's here, so we actually they were going to be busy this week, so we celebrated Easter with them a few days ago, and
Very nice.
went over there. So we're just gonna have me and my wife and her mom are gonna I'm gonna cook a big turkey for us, and we're gonna have a good time right here together. So
Oh, that sounds good, man. That
yeah,
sounds good. I'm
yeah,
a little jealous where you're living, by the way.
it's great. I mean,
Little jealous.
I can't. I hate cold weather. Hate it. I
I do
hate it,
too. My wife loves it.
man. I can't deal, dude, because we record up in Massachusetts, up in Long Meadow near Springfield, and we always record in January.
Okay.
And to, so I have to smoke outside, and I walk out like, for instance, this I think it was the last album, not this one, but the last one. The first day I got there, I walk outside, and I think it was 6 degrees and snowing, and so I had bought battery powered clothes, dude. I had battery powered socks,
I got
pants,
a coat.
shirt, and a coat, and I had a heater and an electric blanket on
Yeah.
me. And I'm sitting out there, and the boys are looking out there at me, shaking their head like, "Man, he's got it
Oh
bad."
boy.
It's like,
My
uh,
my
but I,
stepdaughter bought me a coat with a battery in it. I'm like, what's this battery for? She's like, that's gonna heat your coat up when you're out when you're wanting to smoke outside whenever you want to smoke outside. And so
yeah.
I'm like, wow, okay.
So
So
to get a taste of that up there, that cold, man, I can't deal. Today is beautiful here right now. It's like 76, and it's perfect.
very
Good,
nice.
good golf weather.
Are you a golfer, Perry?
Well, I play golf. I don't know
Okay.
if I would categorize myself as a golfer.
Yeah, but you do it whenever you get the chance, I
I, I
think.
I play once a week right now.
Okay.
We have a group of people that live in our neighborhood here that it's like 25 of us get together and play every Wednesday. So it's if I'm home. So
That's great.
I'm
That's
having a
great.
great time doing that, trying to get better.
Well, and that's what I'm loving about my new work because now I can get into golf again. I haven't golfed now in 7 years or 8 years. I gave up on trying because if I did have a day off, it was on Sundays, and I was always getting called in and usually at
Yeah,
work most of the time, and yeah. So now I'm going to have time to get back into that. I've had a couple buddies of mine that have been begging me to golf for years now. And my brother's been wanting me to golf with him again, and so now I'm going to have some time to do that a little more again. I gotta go out and get me some new clubs. I went ahead and gave my clubs to my brother and told him to hold on to them because I just never had a chance to use them the way I wanted.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, man, I would love to come golf with you sometime.
You can come, welcome anytime, dude. If you know anything about Myrtle Beach, it's like the golf capital of
I know it
the
is. I
United
know it
States.
is.
I mean,
Yeah, man.
we have like I think we have like about it right around 100 courses here,
Well,
and tiny little. I mean, Myrtle Beach is only it's small. Population's pretty small here.
yeah.
I mean, between North Myrtle and Myrtle is probably under 100,000 people, so
Well,
not a lot of people here, and
yeah.
so it's a very touristy area, but the golf thing keeps it going during the winter here, and
Yeah.
a lot of golf package things going on. So it's always
Yeah.
pretty busy now. It's
Yeah.
changed a
Well,
lot.
I can tell it's a beautiful area where you're at. I can just tell by where you're sitting. It's pretty
Yeah,
beautiful behind you there. And do you
love it.
have anyone that ever like recognizes you and bothers you at all too much since
Well,
since you're the celebrity type out that way?
well, I get the one good thing about it, I get to do a few celebrity golf tournaments. I got one coming up next month. I'm going to be
Oh,
playing
good,
in,
good,
and but it's raising money for a lot of good causes. I think this one's for
great.
autism. So,
Oh, that's
but
awesome.
not really, do you? I mean, but last night I went out to see Steel Panther.
Yeah,
But buddies of mine I hadn't seen in years. So
yeah,
I went to hang out with them, and during the show, I mean, in a
that's
show like
awesome.
that, a lot of
Wow,
people are going to recognize me. But normally during the day, if we're going to the grocery store or whatever,
wow,
I really don't get
that's good. That's good.
recognized that much. I always keep a
Yeah,
hat on and glasses. So
yeah. Well, did you know those guys back in the metal school days when they were called metal school?
no, I knew the singer back when he was sang for LA Guns. When Michael
Okay,
was singing for them, that's when I
yeah,
met him. But I had never met the other guys until the first time I saw them
okay,
play
okay.
together, Steel Panther. So
How about that?
now
How about that?
the new bass player did say that I'd met him somewhere, and I forgot where he said, but he said
Huh?
we'd met at a show somewhere years ago. But um, I, he said you're not going to remember. I look totally different. I was like, man, I could barely remember what happened
Oh,
yesterday.
wow.
At this
Well, you
point.
do look good, Perry. You look really good, man. You look really
Well,
good. You haven't
thank
changed a
you, thank
bit since
you.
the last time I saw you. So,
Well, I don't know. I don't know what it is that I still got hair. I can't believe that. My dad was balding when he was 40. It's
uh-huh.
like I'm not sure where I'm keeping
Well,
the hair and all that, but
if it
eh,
rings true, it depends on
hanging in
what's on
there.
your mother's side.
Yeah, she wasn't bald.
Yeah. No, at my age, I still got all my hair. I've just been keeping it short because I've had to over the years, but I thought about growing mine out a little bit again. I haven't done that in years. But my mom always said if everyone on your mother's side hasn't gone bald, then you won't. So I haven't
Yeah.
gone bald yet. So,
Hey, I wouldn't
uh,
mind shaving mine off and just wear a wig on
man,
stage.
I'll trade you. I'll take your hair. I miss having. I had long hair like yours for a lot of years until I got into management and all that. Then I had to cut it off. But
Yep,
so
yep, that'll do it.
yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I'll take your hair anytime, man. You got a great or head of hair there. I would take it any day. So
Well,
if you ever get
if I
rid of it,
cut it
make it a
off,
good
I'll
wig.
send it
Send
to
it to
you.
me, okay?
You
So
got it.
all right, brother. Well, tell me about your childhood days. Like, what was it like growing up in your house as a kid? I know your dad got you into singing, got
Yeah,
you
yeah.
into, well, you were in some gospel quartets or something, I believe, if I remember right.
Yeah, we had a quartet. We'd sing, travel around the churches every week, man. It was that's what got me into singing so much because
Yeah.
I didn't really pick up the bass until I was maybe 14 or so, but I was singing in a gospel thing. It started when I was maybe 7 or 8 years old,
Okay.
and I could my voice when I was a kid was super high. Like, you hear me now. It's like
Yeah.
when I turned 14, it dropped like 2 octaves. But so I got out of that. But it was a, growing up where I grew up in Conway. I grew up on a tobacco farm
Oh, you did?
out in
Really?
out in the country, right?
Wow.
So it was the best and worst of the childhood that you can imagine. My parents were freaking awesome. Loved everybody in my family. I mean, my grandparents were awesome, but working in tobacco, dude, is the worst job I think anybody could have back in those days because
Wow.
you had to walk and crop, when you're cropping tobacco, you walking with your head bent down below your knees all day,
Yeah.
and you get in the morning it's freezing cold as you get there before the sun comes up, and by noon it's 100 degrees and you're about to die of a heat stroke You got
Wow.
tobacco gum coated on your arms. You're having a nicotine overdose, and you're throwing up. I threw up
Oh,
probably every day.
gosh. And how old were you at this time, would you say, Perry?
Oh, I started working that when I was 6.
Oh my gosh, you were really young. Yeah,
And they, I
wow.
mean, I was driving a tractor when I was 6
Oh
in the
my gosh,
field,
wow.
and they had to put blocks on the pedals so I could reach them.
Oh my
And,
gosh.
and but a few years later, I started cropping the tobacco, and that was the absolute worst. And then you got to go to the barn and hang it all up and take. It was a freaking nightmare. And
Oh wow, man.
but
See, now that's a part of your history that I did not know about, of course. Wow.
yeah, no, it was it was
Interesting.
unusual. It was pretty crazy back then.
And how long did that continue on
But
doing that?
until I got my license and got out of there,
Okay.
like I'm going to find a different job. So
Wow.
and
Wow.
find somebody else to do it. But it was my grandfather's farm, so I couldn't
Okay.
not
Okay.
do it, right? So
Wow.
it
Yeah.
was all family that was working the farm. So
Mm.
and right, not
That's
only
amazing.
tobacco, I mean all the vegetables we ate, all the fruit, I mean pigs, cows, horses, we had it all. So it
Wow.
was
Wow.
it was pretty cool.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is that now was that tobacco for cigars or was it for like
That
sold
was
for
that was
cigarettes or
cigarettes. It was
okay.
mostly, yeah, it was all cigarettes.
Okay. Did you ever smoke cigarettes at one time or anything in your life? I
Never,
never have
never,
either, Perry.
never,
I've never
no,
smoked a cigarette in my life.
me either.
Never done anything. I got into cigars 5 years ago. I got into cigars 5 years ago. And I did smoke Swisher Sweets, and I thought that was living the high life. Once a year throughout my life, I would smoke a Swisher Sweet on my birthday, or if I got together with my buddies and we went camping, we would smoke
Right.
Swisher Sweets and sit around the fire to smoke Swisher Sweets and
Yeah.
have a couple beers or whatever. I thought that was living the high life, and I always thought real cigars would taste terrible. And ever since I got into cigars, I went back just for kicks and giggles once to smoke a Swisher Sweet, and I couldn't do it. It was
No,
terrible tasting.
I
So,
know. I know.
but
My dad smoked. My dad tried to quit smoking cigarettes, and he started smoking, store-bought little
yeah,
convenience store cigars and grenadiers and those kind of things. And I was, I would, I would buy him a box of pretty nice cigars and give them to him, and he was like, "Man, I don't want that.
really.
I
Wow.
don't like that. I like what I got." I'm like,
So then you took him and smoked him for yourself, and that's how you got into cigars, or what?
I got into them in 1990. It was either 90 or 91. We were we had a party. Michael Foster, our drummer, Firehouse house,
Okay.
met this band, country band called Little Texas. I don't know if
Oh
you know who.
yes, I remember Little Texas. Yeah.
So we became massive friends. And the drummer actually just moved back to Myrtle Beach and called me or texted me the other day. He's coming back down. He's a cancer survivor. He's had a rough time, and he's coming back down here, so we're going to get to hang out.
Oh, great. That's
But
awesome.
they're the ones that got me started smoking cigars. They had
Okay. How
had
about
the little
that?
humidor and said, "You ever had a cigar before?" I was like, "I've never even had a cigarette." Like, well, here, try this. And the first cigar I had, I loved it. I couldn't
Yeah.
believe it. It was
Yeah, me
like
too. Me
love at
too.
first sight. So,
Yeah, real quick story how I got into cigars. I had a buddy here in town that we were in Rotary together, and he moved to Dallas, Texas to he was one of my liquor reps for my grocery store. And we were in Rotary together, and he decided to move to Dallas, Texas to get into a company called Religion Tequila. He became a partner with Religion Tequila, and which it ended up failing. It didn't do very well. He's got his own liquor company now, um, and he while he was out in Dallas, he got to know a couple ex-Dallas Cowboys that ended up partnering up with us as well, and that
oh
was
wow.
Ed Too Tall Jones and Kenny
Oh,
the Shark Gant. And Kenny the Shark Gant was with the Cowboys in the '90s when they were winning all their Super Bowls, and Deion
yeah.
Sanders was also on the team at the time. Um,
I've been a
so
Cowboys fan all my life. I know. Yeah.
you're a Cowboys fan?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Unfortunately now, yes.
yeah,
But
right on. Wow, how about that? So,
my dad was a Cowboys fan. That's
wow,
all we ever watched on TV down
yeah,
here. That's about the only games that ever came on with Cowboys
yeah.
playing somebody. So
Wow. Well, we're from
kind
Port
of
Arthur,
naturally.
Texas originally. My dad even went to school at Janis Joplin and everything, and played with Jamie Johnson in football in high school. That coached the Dallas Cowboys in the '90s.
Yeah.
Um, so I just from the time I was born, I was watching the Dallas Cowboys with my dad. Pretty much.
Me too.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, this buddy of mine. And anyway, by the way, you're up another notch in my book since you're a Cowboys fan. Um, hopefully they'll get better soon. I really do. But
Boy, I hope so. I hope
yeah,
so.
man. I miss the
Hmm.
old days, man, when they were winning and doing great. A lot of great
Yeah.
memories there.
The pre
But
Jerry Jones era.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Oh gosh, but these two guys I mentioned partnered up with Religion Tequila as well, and he was telling them how much of a Cowboys fan I am, and Ed Too Tall Jones messaged me and was like, "Hey, we would love to have you come out and hang out with us sometime." And then King of the Shark Gant messaged me too. It was like, yeah, we want you to come out and hang out. Can you get out here to Dallas sometime? And so I made a trip out there, and we met at this private club that all the sports figures hung out at in Dallas. And so me and my buddy got there a little bit early, and here comes that Too Tall Jones walking in. I thought I was dreaming.
I
He was
know.
so huge. I couldn't believe I
He,
was in the presence of one of my heroes all of a sudden like that. But
I
he came
know,
over,
dude. That's
man.
great.
He came over
I
like,
know.
"You're Troy." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Troy."
Uh,
But
we
we
were
sat
in a
around visited. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Perry.
no, dude. I was just gonna say we were in a club in Dallas on a. It was in back in the '90s, and it was the night of a playoff game.
Oh, okay,
I can't remember which one. I think it was the NFC playoffs. I think
okay.
which they had won that year, and we were in this club, and freaking Michael Irvin come walking in, Ken Norton,
Wow.
um, and one other guy. I can't remember who it was, but I was I was like, oh my God. Because
Wow.
I had to go over and shake Michael Irving's hand. I was like, and he
Wow.
was so freaking nice. He was like, yeah, man. I took a little
Oh.
napkin and signed it for me. He's
Oh,
like, here you
wow.
go. I was like,
Wow.
man, that was very cool.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
incredible. Wow. That was so neat. That was so neat.
yeah.
I had a buddy at one time that actually ran a clothing store in Dallas that I knew in this area. And I didn't believe him at first. I thought he was I thought he was full of crap. And he actually showed me pictures of him and all the Dallas Cowboys together in this clothing store that he ran. And Emma Smith, Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, they all bought clothes from him.
Wow.
But yeah, so that was really cool. But yeah, I've never been able to meet those guys. But getting to meet Ed Too Tall Jones and King the Shark Gant, that was pretty awesome. But they're the ones
That's
that introduced me to cigars that day. They're the
wow.
ones
That's
that handed me a
cool.
cigar and said, "Hey, have you ever smoked cigars?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Swisher Sweets I've had off and on." And so they handed me a Fat Bottom Betty from Drew Estate, and they said you might
Oh,
like this since Swisher Sweets are kind of sweet and all that. And I
yeah.
fell in love with it. I fell in love with it that day, and I came back. And Father's Day came rolling around about a month later, and I woke up. My wife had two cigars for me. It was a Camacho and a Fuente and a little cigar humidor for my desk and cutter
Nice.
lighter and all that. It's like, well, now I have to get into cigars now. I have to fill this humidor up. So I began my cigar journey at that point, started really learning about cigars. And then a year later, I started doing these podcasts and it's just gone from there. So now I've been a rep, I've been a rep for TBC now for going on almost 2 years now. And just amazing what things you get introduced to in life that leads you to a certain direction in your life. It's just
That's so true, dude.
so
That
wild.
I was gonna say that would be the only other thing that I can imagine myself doing would be in the cigar. the cigar industry somehow,
Yeah.
either a lounge or with a
Yeah.
company or something. So it's one of the only other things that I have a lot of interest in, you know.
Yeah. And yeah, so
And
have
this
you
is
been in
great, by the way.
I was just gonna
This
ask
is
you,
this is
how is
great.
that cigar?
Very, very good, dude.
You like that, do you?
I
Well, my
like it.
gosh, I'm
I
glad.
like it. Yes.
Well, Ira Lee that runs the Boutique Cigar, I will make sure to tell him to watch this podcast because he's going to be thrilled that you're smoking one of his cigars.
That's very good.
And he's the owner. Him and his wife Danielle are ones that run this company, and they're going to be
Cool.
thrilled to see you smoking that cigar there. So, yeah, I appreciate you smoking that today. I was thinking you'd pick out that Opus or that
Yeah.
Padrones.
To put them well, no, I mean Padron. I mean, I've smoked enough of those. I wanted something different.
Okay, well, gosh, you
Padron.
picked a good one then. You picked
I
a
got
good
to
one.
I got to meet. I've met Nick a few times.
Oh, have you?
Nick Perdomo, and
Yeah.
I first met him in a. He came to. When I was living in Nashville. He came to a shop there doing a little in-store thing, and brought a bunch of stuff to people to try. And I met him there, and it was really nice. Ran into him again and again, and then he's like, we exchanged numbers, and I found out he was a drummer. And he told me about it. If you got to go online and look up Nick Perdomo's drum kit.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It will blow your mind. It's the biggest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It makes I don't know any drum set that's this big. He had every I think Pearl made it for him, and he had
Yeah.
all exotic woods. They
Yeah.
all had the Perdomo logo
Yep.
hand carved into every drum.
Crazy. I
He
know
must
it. I
have
love that drum set.
20 some cymbals. It's freaking gigantic,
Wow.
isn't it? It's crazy. But
Yeah.
see, so like, who do you play with? He's like,
My God.
nobody. Got him set up in my office.
Uh,
I'm like, so he bought all those drums, and then he bought anvil cases for all of them. And man spent a fortune. He spent like probably over $100,000 on drums
yeah.
and the
Wow.
cases for these things.
Uh,
And he just bought an Audi R8. I'm like, man, the cigar business must be good.
wow. Yeah,
Like,
it is. Yeah,
he's,
obviously it is for him. I
so,
know. Yeah,
so he
well,
said,
yeah.
he said, anytime you're in Miami, dude, call me up and
Wow.
bring your bass over to my office and we'll jam. I was
That
like,
is incredible.
you got it.
You need to take him up on that sometime, man.
I will. I will.
Oh
We're going.
boy.
If we were going to be in, we're leaving. The cruise leaves out of Miami, but we're not going to have any time there. We get there
Yeah,
to leave.
right.
So,
Well,
yeah,
you
but
probably don't
yeah.
know, but I'm a percussionist. I've played drums all my life. I've been
Oh,
in some different
cool.
bands and stuff. Nothing. I had my own band for a little while at one time, and we had put out a few albums and everything. I had one song that went to the radio stations, and
Good.
not all of them out there, but I had one in Montana and one in Nebraska and one in Iowa that my song went on to. It was called Together, and it was at the time it was Christian grunge blues kind of stuff, and
Right.
so that lasted about 7 years. I actually was in contact with a band called Bliss that Robert Sweet had started. And then, of course, he left Bliss when Stryper got back together after they had their hiatus and everything. And so
Right.
we were supposed to actually open up for them over at the Casper Event Center in Casper, Wyoming, where I went to see all the concerts growing up, Kiss, everybody you can imagine. And but all the guys in my band at the time, they decided they want to go their own way and do different things, and so it never worked out. But we came close to getting an endorsement at the time, and it didn't work out. But I've done drum tech for bands and stuff over the years, and um, I
Yeah.
did um, I did drum tech a little bit for Robert's kit um, back in '90. Right there's a picture of me on the bottom corner.
All right.
So yeah,
Wow.
so got my backstage pass from that time and
That's cool, dude.
everything. So, but yeah, so have them sign up for me. I had this big portfolio with every picture of every Metal Edge magazine, every hard rock metal magazine you can imagine. I had that with me when I was backstage with them, and they
Yeah.
couldn't believe it. They were like, "Holy cow, you are a fan!" I'm like, "Yeah, I am." So anyway, but that was a great time working with those guys back in '90 and getting to do some drum. Trickster had just started out at the time, if you remember Trickster. I don't know
Oh,
if you remember Trickster.
our first big arena tour was with Warrant and Trickster.
Yes,
Yeah.
you,
We
Warrant, and Firehouse did a tour together. I know. Yeah,
yeah, we became really good friends. I saw they came through Myrtle Beach several months ago. I got to go out and see them and hang out with them. It's great to
great.
see those guys. I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did work on their drum set too a little bit at that time, and mainly Roberts, but I got to help set up theirs as well and do some work on that. And so I've done drum tech for several bands, War of Ages, Disciple, back in the early days when they were first starting out, and then they had all ended up
Yeah.
making it pretty big later. But yeah, so yeah, so
Well,
that
that's
might be something
cool.
you didn't know about me too much. And I had a huge kit
No.
like Nick Perdomo's. I had a really huge kit like his, and I had all the stage equipment. Well, stupid me, I got married to a gal at one time, and we were together for 11 years, but I got married and she wanted this really big country outdoor wedding. And I sold all my equipment because I wasn't doing anything at the time. So I sold all my equipment to pay for this big wedding she wanted. And oh yeah, and I had a bass. I used to play bass a little bit too and all that, and but I
Oh
do
wow.
vocals and all that too. And so I want to get back into all that again. I really do. My wife's been encouraging me to get back into my drumming and
We
playing
should.
bass again and
Yeah.
doing that kind of stuff. Yeah. So I'm now that I'm gonna have more time on my hands, it's gonna
Yeah.
happen eventually. It's gonna
Absolutely.
happen finally. So
Cool. Yep.
so did music come pretty naturally to you then, Perry? As I mean, your dad got you into everything, but did it come pretty naturally to you? And how did you
Yeah.
start learning how to play bass? How did that all come about?
Yeah, it was in my blood, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
My dad he was a great musician and singer. I mean, he could hear a song one time and play it on the acoustic guitar and sing, and it had a freaking great
Yeah.
voice. He actually was in a few bluegrass and country bands, and he actually had a little show on Sunday mornings on a local
Oh,
TV
wow.
station they'd
How
play
about
on
that?
and stuff. And so I was around it all my life,
Nice.
constantly,
Yeah.
constantly. And he'd always, we were in the car. He'd tell you, I don't remember, but he'd tell me the story that one of his favorite singers was, oh God, what was that guy's name? Eddie Arnold, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah, my dad was a fan too of his.
he's listening to Eddie Arnold in the car where me and him are driving somewhere, and he's singing along with his song. One of his songs was called Four Walls,
Okay.
and
Yep.
and he was singing, and he said, out of the blue, I started singing perfect harmony with him,
Wow.
and he'd
Wow.
never heard me sing before.
Wow.
And I and he's like, "Where, what do you? Where'd you learn to do that?" I was like, "I don't know, it just sounds comes natural to me, you know." So
Wow.
at
Wow.
that point, he really started trying to focus me on singing and teaching me different parts and all the harmony parts and stuff.
Very
Um,
cool. Wow.
and I didn't really. He played bass most of the time, and when he was in groups, and he also played acoustic a lot. So the bass was laying around the house, and it was this gigantic freaking. It was an old Kent bass,
Oh,
and
wow.
uh, and uh, and he had a Kalamazoo amp, a little
Okay.
combo amp, and so I just started fiddling around with that and just playing along with records, trying to pick it out and you know, simple stuff, trying to get the basics down. And that's how I learned. I mean, he taught me. He was a very simple bass player, and country stuff. Boom, 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 boom. He was pretty simple in what he did. He was way a better acoustic player and singer than he was a bass player, but he taught me what he knew or showed me a few things, and I just listened to records and try to emulate what they were doing, and that's how I learned to play.
That's
And
great. Wow.
I never took I'm still never taken a lesson,
I've never taken any lessons
which
either.
I
Yeah,
should have probably, but I wasn't so interested in the technical part of it. I was just more into, I just wanted to perform. I wanted to
yeah,
I wanted to be on the stage. I wanted to be an
yeah,
entertainer. And it
yeah,
was something that I just refused to quit. That's what I knew. That's what I wanted to do. And every small band that I started, everybody would eventually quit. I would refuse to quit. So it's like
yeah,
that. That's the only advice I can give anybody. Just don't give up.
yeah. And you're absolutely right. And the
It
only
don't
issue I
matter. And
kind of,
it's, a lot of times it doesn't matter how good you are,
yeah,
how you might have something that somebody like. You might, I mean, there's 10,000 freaking bass players in this state. I'm sure that's way better than I am. It's not all about that. It's about your emotion that you put into it, your feeling you put
yeah,
into it. It's not so much how many licks you can play.
right,
It's your
right.
groove and what fits a certain song. And that's the view I come at bass like that. I don't come at it like
Yeah,
Billy
yeah,
Sheehan would.
right, right. Well, you are a great bass player, Perry. I tell you what, I just watched again the acoustic concert that you and the guys in Striper did.
Yeah,
Bell
yeah.
Camps. I just watched that again, and your bass playing on that acoustic bass was just incredible. I thought you did an incredible job on that. Man, I enjoy watching that. I don't know how many times I've watched that, but I watched it again last night, and man, I tell
It's
you what,
cool.
I love your bass playing. And when I saw you guys back in Denver, Colorado, at the Oriental Theater,
Oh
um,
yeah, yeah,
that was in 2023 that I saw you guys.
yeah.
Man, I could not keep my eyes off of you that night. I enjoyed watching Robert, Michael, and Oz, of course, but man, you're such a great entertainer on stage. I mean, you really keep it interesting and enjoyable. And I could not keep my eyes off of you that
Oh
night,
man,
the way
thank
you're
you.
playing and performing. Man, I could have sat
I
there
just,
all night and just had just cameras on you and just watched you all night. I
oh,
thought you were
I
incredible.
just have such, I have I literally have a great time on stage. Everybody says, "Why are you smiling so big all the
Man,
time?"
you
I'm like,
gotta have,
freaking,
man,
I'm having freaking fun, man. This
if
is
it's not fun, then you shouldn't be doing it.
exactly. That's
And I'm
exactly
glad you're
right.
having fun out there, man. I tell you what.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Did I wanted to kind of get into let's see here. You so in college you graduated from Conway High School in Conway, South Carolina, and then you
Yep.
graduated from the University of let's see, Carolina.
Yeah,
Um,
right here, man.
yeah, I thought that's what that shirt was.
Coastal Carolina was a satellite university of the USC
Oh,
at the time back
I was
then.
going to ask you about that
Yeah, they
because I
broke
wasn't
off.
sure the coastal Carolina meant.
They're their own school now. They're freaking doing
Okay,
great. They've grown. What a great campus they got here. It's amazing.
pretty
So
awesome, huh? Wow,
very proud of those guys. Yeah.
that's great. And you graduate with a Bachelor of Science degree, right?
Yeah, business administration. Yep.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So I know I saw in a past interview where your mom encouraged you to go to college and then she would support you with whatever you decided to do. Am I on the right track with that?
You're exactly right. I begged her and begged her. I was like, I want to be a musician. This is what I want to do for my life. This is all I want to do. She's like, okay, since they're college, I mean, the college is in pretty much in Conway. It's right on the outskirts, in between Conway and Myrtle Beach. So you go to college for 4 years and get your degree, and I will back you, and and your dad will back you and help you any way we can.
Wow, that's awesome.
And it just, of course, they didn't think it would happen. Nobody thinks it's a 1 in a million freaking chance, man.
Yeah, right.
So it's like, you need something. If that doesn't work out, I want you to have an education to be able to get a job somewhere. And
Yeah. Wow.
I was like, that sounds like a good deal to me. So I wanted an
Nice.
education anyway. I
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I didn't want to. So I picked business. I wasn't super interested in any other topic, and I thought business could help me in the music business.
Absolutely.
Right. So I picked that, and it helped in many aspects, especially first starting out, keeping up with the accounting and talking to all the people in the business and everything. So it did help. I hadn't used it, like most
Yeah.
people would, but it did come in handy. I think it helped me out. So
That's great. Well, yeah,
yeah,
I think you made the right decision, obviously.
yeah,
So, and how did you met your wife, Shelley, your lovely wife, Shelley? How did you both meet?
yeah. We actually met in Nashville. She was a music director at like this gigantic country station up in
Mm.
Maryland,
Oh, wow.
and
Okay.
yeah, and I think it was in Rockville, and this WMZQ was the station, and she came to Nashville for a radio uh, seminar thing they were having, and once a year, I forget what it was called, but every year all the radio people came to Nashville and would meet with the record companies and the entertainers and all that. So a a buddy of mine that used to live here, he was a DJ at a country station here, and we became really good friends. And he would call me up on the air all the time, and we had this thing going. He was like a freaking comedian, man. And he'd be playing all these different characters, and he'd call me up and give me a hard time, all this stuff. Act like he was my neighbor. You got to turn that music down. And like, so we became really good friends. And
Okay.
he ended up moving to Nashville, and that boy he ended up being vice president of promotions for Lyric Street Records,
Oh, wow. I
like
love that.
like Rascal Flatts and all that, right? So
Wow.
he was he's still a freaking huge guy in Nashville now. But he's like he would call me. He was so funny. He'd call me like 4 o'clock in the morning on like once every 2 or 3 months, and I'm asleep, right? So he like calls me like, "Hey, what you doing?" I'm like, I'm asleep. What do you think I'm doing? It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, I got somebody wants to talk to you, and he'd hand me the phone, and it'd be some girl he's trying to impress. I know this guy in a rock band, and he gives him the phone. I got to talk to some girl that I've never heard of met before, and so he wanted me to. He's like, I got this girl I want you to meet, right? And he kept for like a year. I was like, Ma, okay, one day we'll meet. If you ever around, if she's ever around me, you can introduce us. So we're at this radio convention, and I see Chris over there. I walk up to him, and Shelly is standing right beside him. It's like, oh my God, this is the girl I've been wanting you to meet. And we looked at each other and it was like immediately something happened, right?
Wow.
And
That's great. Wow.
and she was laughing about the whole thing because like later on, I didn't even know at the time, but it was like a year later, I found out that she was one of the girls that I talked to on the phone at 4 in the morning
Oh,
one time, right?
okay. Wow.
She
It was
said,
meant to be,
Chris,
obviously.
yeah, Chris was always he was, he was
Wow.
always at the station or calling her or trying to get him to play songs and all this stuff.
Wow.
But that's how we met, and
Nice.
it kind of clicked hardcore from then, dude. Like, I mean, she was in Maryland and I was in Nashville. It was a long distance thing. We kept going for a long time, and she decided she wanted to get out of the radio because that's a dog eat dog world right there, boy. Back
Absolutely.
in those days,
Yeah.
especially. And it's like I've been thinking I want to get into band management.
Oh,
So I was like, well, Nashville's where you need to be. Like, come on down, we'll be at least we could be together more.
yeah. Right.
And so coming down the day she's leaving to come down, she was going to come to my house and stay with me that night. And then we were going downtown. She was going to get a hotel downtown for the convention. And the night before that happened, my house burned down
Oh God.
with me in it. I
Oh what?
barely. I mean, I was. It was 5 o'clock in the morning, and my dogs woke me up. I had 3 dogs at the time. I always
Oh,
been a dog freak. I had 3 dogs, 3 cats, and a chinchilla.
oh,
Don't ask me why. I'd rescued all of them. I couldn't quit rescuing
oh
animals.
man.
And but the dogs came in and started jumping up. The alarm was going off, didn't wake me up. Smoke alarm. These dogs, all 3 of them jumped on top of me, man, and woke me up. And by the time I woke up, the whole house was full of smoke. And
Oh yeah.
by the time I got the animals out, um, I was able to get 2 guitars out of the house, and they were my dad's. I went after his
Oh
first, and by the time I got those out, I couldn't go back in. It was like
oh
walking into a liquid smoke. I mean, it was
oh my
so
gosh.
you couldn't breathe.
Oh
And so, so that's the day she gets down to Nashville, and so we ended up going and grabbing a hotel that night, staying there. And luckily, I packed a little tiny suitcase to go downtown to stay with her the next night, and that's the only reason I had any clothes to wear. Everything was
no.
that house
Gosh.
freaking
Man.
it. It melted the siding on my neighbor's house. It was like 50 feet away. It was so hot. It
Wow.
melted my boat. I had a fishing boat. It melted it,
Oh
and
wow.
and I had a at the time I think I had a I think it was oh yeah, it was a Ninja, Kawasaki Ninja. I had it was sitting on the right by my front steps, and it exploded too.
Oh wow.
It was like
Gosh. Man.
so hot. That was that was awful.
Oh,
But that's how our relationship started.
how about that? Well, I'm glad you and your pets made it out too, I'm guessing. Okay.
We
Well,
did.
I'm glad you're
We
still here with us, Perry. My
me
gosh.
too. Me too. And
How did
then
that
when
fire
we
start?
then,
Did you ever find out what happened or?
yeah, I was charging a trolling motor battery from my boat
Mm.
in the garage, and they said something happened to it. And I had a bunch of paint and gas cans and stuff in there, and it just
Oh, wow.
went up like
Wow.
a crazy. But
Gosh, Perry. I
yeah,
meant to ask you, and I'm so glad you're still with us, Perry. I'm glad nothing
me
happened
too.
to you that night. My gosh, man. Um, I meant to ask you, is that bass still in the family? Do you still have your dad's bass that you started out on? Do you still have that?
No, it wasn't that. It was he had a he'd
Or
given me a it's a 62 Gibson 330,
oh, okay, okay,
a
right.
semi hollow body guitar,
Okay,
and a a Martin acoustic.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
That's
an
right. That's right.
old 60s Martin acoustic. I
Yeah,
don't know whatever happened to that
you don't have them. Okay.
Kent bass. I don't know where that thing ended
Oh,
up
wow.
being.
That would be
Uh,
something cool to rediscover, find out someone actually owns that somewhere.
it was somebody's got it somewhere,
Yeah.
I
Well,
guess, but I
maybe
don't
by
know who.
chance, this podcast will reach someone out there that knows something about that and they'll maybe
Yeah,
get in touch with you or something, Barry. That'd be really cool to get that back in your hands.
yeah, it would.
So, well, how
Yeah.
now you met CJ Snare. Where along the way did you start meeting CJ? How did that all come about with because I know you guys were in a band together called Max Warrior, right?
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. He had a band up in He lived in Pennsylvania, in Lock Haven, Pennsylvania, and he'd come down to Myrtle Beach every summer. His family would come down, and he would play just solo. He'd find little solo gigs, play piano, sing like Billy Joel songs, right? And we didn't know this. This is funny till after we'd been in a band together for a year that we'd met at a. He was playing at a pizza, Mr. Gaddy's pizza place one night, and me and my best friend went in there to watch a fight. They had a satellite dish, and you could watch. I forget who was fighting, and he's over there playing his Billy Joel stuff, and I'm screaming, I'm like, "Shut up! We're trying to watch the fight, right?" And he's laughing at us. So he comes over talking to us. I was like, he said, "You guys musicians?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm starting to put a band together. Uh, you're a really good singer, man. You interested?" He's like, "No, man, I got to go back home. I'm from Pennsylvania, I'm just down for the summer." So I was like, "Okay." But that's the first time I met him, and we didn't even realize that it was us until we'd been in Max Warrior for like a year. And he said, "Yeah, I used
Oh,
to come down and play at a Mr. Gaddy's all the time." And I was like, "Oh my God, that was you."
oh, wow,
I was
wow.
like, so
How about
so
that?
he brought his band down. He was going to move down here and try to get something going. And they didn't have a bass player. And so it ended up a couple of his guys didn't want to do it. So I had a couple of my friends come in. So we started this band. The band's name is Prophet that he had up there.
Okay.
So we went by that name for a few months
Huh.
when we put it together. But my dad built us a rehearsal
Wow.
building out beside his house. Bought a camper for the boys to live in, and that's how Max Warrior started. I mean,
How neat.
it
Wow.
was it
That's
was funny.
incredible.
Yeah, it was a good it. We didn't have a penny to our name, but it was fun. We'd
Yeah.
actually
Wow.
we'd go fishing just so we could have food.
Oh,
And
wow.
it was like, but didn't I hated my mom and dad had put out so much money
Yeah.
on everything else. I felt bad.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I got to feed these guys too.
Oh,
Crazy.
wow. Wow.
But yeah, if it hadn't have been for my mom and dad, none of this would ever happen. You know.
Yeah. Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta give them credit, man. I tell
Yeah.
you.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. And then how long were you with CJ? Rest in peace, CJ, by the way. Rest in peace, man. We lost CJ in 2024. I know he was at the age of 64.
Yeah.
And had you been in touch with CJ up until he had passed, or had you been in touch with his
I
family the
talked.
last few months?
I talked to him about. I think it was maybe 2 months before he passed,
Hmm.
and
Wow.
He didn't let me know how serious it was. He's like, "I got this stomach thing I'm working on. The doctors are telling me it's going to get better. I might can get back out on the road in a couple of months." So I was like, all happy. It's like, awesome, man. And
Man,
got the word one day from his girlfriend that
I
he had
cried my
passed.
eyes out when I found out he passed.
Man,
I've always been such a
that hit me so hard.
yeah,
I mean, probably, you know, the word other than my parents, that one hit me as the worst of anybody that passed. 'Cause it was so I didn't expect it, and it was such a good friend. And I mean, I have to give him a lot of the credit for my success too, because he had such a unique and great voice
yeah,
that I don't
right.
know if we'd have gotten any attention at all if it hadn't have been for that voice, man. And
Yeah, he was an incredible
he was so good.
vocalist. Man,
So
yeah, he's definitely missed.
yeah,
Definitely missed. Definitely missed. Man. Oh, yeah, anyway. Yeah, rest in peace, CJ. You're missed every day, I tell you.
yeah.
How long were you and CJ together before you ended up meeting Michael Foster and Bill Leverty? That was in
It
see,
was 6 years.
okay.
We played together for 6 years before. Well, it was we Max Warrior went from 81 to eight, like the middle to end of 86.
Okay.
And then when we broke up, CJ went to Charlotte, started doing his own thing, and I went to Raleigh and started playing with Nantucket.
Oh, okay.
And so I played with Nantucket for a couple of years, and that's when around the middle to end of '88 when we started. We all got a band house in Charlotte and started putting the Firehouse thing together there.
Yeah. Well, no, those two guys were in a band called White Heat, right?
Right. Yep.
How long did they have that
Yep.
band? Do you know before you guys all joined together?
I don't know how long that was. Hey, that band was around. I mean, I don't think quite as long as Max Warrior, but there was several
Okay.
years, I'm sure. But yeah, because we
Okay.
crossed paths with them a few times. That's how we knew about Bill. Bill, freaking incredible guitar player. We're like always amazed by him, and Michael was so freaking solid. When
Mm.
it came, when they approached CJ wanting to put some vocals on some songs that they were working on, like, oh God, yeah, these guys are good. So
Wow.
it
And
was,
you guys started all playing together for a little while. How long did you guys play together before you actually decided to make it a real thing between all four of you and take it further?
we didn't play together. We
Oh, you
never
did.
played.
Okay.
We didn't play. We just we got together and started writing and recording.
Okay. Okay.
We didn't immediately go out and start trying to play clubs or anything.
Okay.
We concentrated just on writing. We had a little freaking, a little 4 track or 8 track or whatever it was in the basement. We had a really cool house we got in Charlotte, cheap, and had a basement with a pool table in it, and we were living it up, man. Oh, hold on, I'm losing something here. Oh, there you go. My
I
phone
was
cut out
popping up
on
the
me.
Firehouse
All
logo
right.
since we're
Oh
getting into the
yeah,
whole Firehouse thing.
yes. So
So,
we just concentrate on writing, recording, and didn't really play out. We made the best demo we could make over maybe the course of, I don't know if it was a year, maybe about a year, 9 months to a year. We were doing that, and we were just giving those cassette tapes to everybody.
wow.
Right. So uh, we got one to John Bon Jovi,
Oh,
and
wow. Wow.
he uh, he freaked out. He's like, "This is the best demo I've ever heard. I got to get you guys signed." We're like,
Wow.
"Okay, great." Well, that didn't work out. We had
Okay.
several meetings with him and the record company and all that. And he kind of wanted to take all of our publishing, and we
Oh,
kind of
okay.
didn't want that, and so we declined on. I think it was Polygram we were talking to with him,
Okay. Okay.
and so we stuck to our guns. We're like, no, we're not doing that, and maybe it was only maybe a few weeks later that Epic got in touch with us and sent their senior A&R guy down during a freaking winter snowstorm. The
Mm.
club we were going to play for, it was like, I think 5 to 10 people made it out that night. You
Wow.
couldn't, the roads were totally iced over.
Oh,
And
wow.
we were freaking out. Like, you got to be kidding me. We're going to play for this dude for Epic Records and there's nobody here.
Oh,
And he's like, don't worry about it. Just freaking play your show like there's a packed house. I'll just sit
right.
back here and watch you. Right. By the end of the night, he's like, you got a deal. That wasn't even a
Wow.
negotiation. It's like, I want to sign you guys. You're freaking
Wow.
great. And so we were so happy that the thing with John didn't work out because Epic treated us like gold, dude. It
Oh,
was
that's great.
a great label. So
Wow. Wow. How about that?
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I'm glad that all worked out for you guys. That had been a pretty incredible feeling. I can't imagine what that felt like when they said, "Yeah, you're it. We're signing you."
You can't
And
believe it. It's a
yeah,
dream. It was so surreal. Like
wow,
everything you've worked for your whole life is finally happening, and it's hard to
yeah,
believe. But
wow, wow. How long was that? How long did your contract last with them then? The whole time that
we
you guys were together then, or
we
I'm
went
trying to
no, we
remember because
went
I've got your first two albums.
the
Um,
four. It went through the acoustic album, the fourth
okay,
album.
okay.
So
Anyway,
we
yeah,
did
I got that one there,
the original. Yeah,
and I got
that's
that.
the second one. Yeah,
Yeah, those are,
yeah.
and I ordered three just now today. I actually ordered three. I've had these two albums for quite a while, and I break them out often and listen to them. I think they're incredible. I think they're incredible albums. But after that, uh, I was trying to find three for a while, and a lot of people. There's a lot of people selling them, but they want a lot of money for those later albums. So I
Yeah,
just never did really end up buying the other albums after that. But I did
yeah,
order three, and I'm anxious to get that in the mail. I'm anxious to get
yeah.
that. So I've,
Yeah, the last record I did with them was called Category 5,
yeah,
and that record was I had never gotten into writing that much with because CJ and Bill were kind of this writing duo that was coming up with all this great stuff. So I put in, I'd help on a couple of songs here and there on those albums, but I didn't really concentrate on writing. But that last record, I really dove into writing, and I think seven of the songs I wrote. So
okay,
on that record, so it's totally different.
yeah,
It's like I wanted to change because I was like, we've done the same thing over and over and over, and I'm sick of it. I want to
yeah,
let's grow into some other genre, try to at least widen the scope of this thing a little bit, right?
yeah,
So I was like, there's songs on there that are could be country songs. There's folk kind of ballad acoustic stuff. There's rock, hard rock stuff on there. I mean, it's the most wide ranging album I've ever heard. I mean, it's crazy. And a lot of people love it. A lot of people didn't like it at all because it wasn't like the first record,
yeah.
but it's still one of my favorite records. It doesn't sound as good. I mean, we recorded it ourselves, and Bill had a studio at his home when he was living down in Florida. And I mean, it sounds good, but it's not that gigantic production. We didn't want to go for that gigantic first two album production thing.
Right,
So
right.
it's scaled down some, but it still sounds good, but it's a whole different vibe. You need to check that one out.
I'm going to. I've been
Yeah,
kind of diving in. I've been, on YouTube, of course. I've been kind of searching up some of your guys' later albums and listening to some of that stuff, and so I'm on the hunt. I'm on the hunt for more of the Firehouse, the later Firehouse stuff, definitely, because I'm one that actually has been liking a lot of the later stuff too. I think a lot of it's really good, and
yeah,
um, I know they weren't as successful as the first two albums, um, but there's some good stuff there. There's some really good stuff. So, but
yeah. That
yeah, I
third
mean,
one, that third one's a lot different too. I mean,
yeah, it is.
that
It
was the
is. Yeah,
first one that Ron had a different producer. Ron Nevison came in. We got him to produce it, and it was done that was the first time we'd recorded digitally,
yeah,
and it was in its infancy. And I just don't like the sound of that record. It doesn't have any balls.
yeah.
Kind of
It's
it's
definitely more.
kind of
Yeah,
flat
yeah,
sounding to me. And there's some good songs on there, but
yeah,
the bass, especially the bass tone, I just cannot stand it.
yeah,
But it is what it
yeah.
is. But you,
I wanted to check
Ron,
it out, and I found it
yeah,
pretty reasonably priced, so I thought I'd check it out finally
yeah.
and
And we
see,
spent
So
more on that record than the other two combined.
you did. No
Oh
kidding.
my
How about
God.
that?
It was
Wow.
Ron Nevison's so expensive. I mean, he'd worked with everybody from Zeppelin and Hart and thinking
Wow.
all these people. He was super expensive.
Wow.
It was crazy how much money you could spend on a record back in those days. So
Yeah.
and
You guys
it
started off pretty big in the States, but then you guys ended up really becoming pretty popular in the Asian market. I mean,
yeah,
over in the Philippines and um, Malaysia, Thailand. You guys ended up being pretty. I mean, that's where you guys. I know your very last recording with Firehouse was your live album, Bring 'Em Out Live in '99. Um, and that was recorded over in Japan and
yeah,
released in
yeah.
Japan for, so I
Yeah,
see that, yeah, the Japan market really
it was big.
brought I mean, just really took you in with open arms. I see
Yeah,
that.
we had I think
which is an honor, I
That
think.
out, yeah, that album went gold in like 10 countries over there.
Yeah, yeah.
We were I think the first rock band to ever play Indonesia. We
Wow.
were there. We were in Indonesia for like over a month, and I could write a book about that one trip.
Yeah.
It was insane. Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
it was it was crazy, dude.
Wow.
I mean, I lost so much weight.
Huh.
I couldn't eat anything but white rice for a
Oh
month.
gosh. Oh
It
wow.
was, and you'd
Wow.
have to fly. You'd fly every day because it's all islands, right? So you'd fly
Yeah.
to an island, and then you'd have to drive through rainforest for three
Oh.
hours to get to a clearing that they'd set a stage up,
Oh
right?
my gosh.
And you'd come into these little towns. We were getting military escorts through the jungle and through these little towns, and people would be on the side of the street like throwing flowers at you and stuff when
Oh
you
wow.
drive by. It's like a movie, something you see in a movie.
Wow.
And
Oh.
I mean, it was insane. While we were one airline over there, we'd fly every day or every other day at least. And in that month, I think it was a month, maybe 6 weeks we were there. And three or four of those planes crashed while we were there that we were getting on every day.
Wow.
It was insane. You look, they had plexiglass ceilings and the planes with fluorescent light
Oh.
bulbs
Oh my
in the
gosh.
plane, and you couldn't see the light bulbs because of the roaches.
Oh.
Hundreds of thousands of roaches.
Oh my
It
gosh.
just it looked like
Oh.
just something above you just moving. Open
Oh,
the overhead and they just fall out on your top of you, dude.
oh, man. So
It
not
was
real pleasant experiences, obviously. Man.
oh my God. And it was crazy. It was so
Wow.
crazy.
Wow.
One guy, a local crew guy, we got to a gig one day and one of my favorites, well, weirdest thing to ever happen. We got there and nothing was set up. Well, one of the local crew guys that was helping set up that day had setting up the stage and had gotten eaten by a tiger.
Oh. Ho ho ho.
Freaking what? The
Uh,
freaking tiger came right like 10 feet from the stage, just came over and grabbed him, drug him back in the woods.
oh my gosh.
I was like,
Wow.
"You got to be kidding me!" I'm like, oh, it was mind blowing. Every day it
Oh.
was something like that would not that bad would happen, but every day something crazy would happen.
Those
And
tigers are not, I mean, they're big. Those tigers are huge.
oh my
When I
God.
lived in Miami Beach at the time, I lived in Miami Beach from 89 to 91. And I went to school for there was a school called Career Institutes of America that I went to, and that was advertised on MTV. And I still keep in touch with Walter McQuaid. He's the one that got me into the school, and um, I got asked to help with America's Most Wanted to do because I was going to school for stage production, camera, like doing cameras, songwriting, and recording engineering and all that. Rob Freeman, I don't know if you know who Rob Freeman is, but he was my teacher. He helped do some of the mixings on the H. Frehley solo album for the Kiss albums and the
Okay.
Lick It Up album with Kiss. He was one of the
Oh yeah. Cool.
recording engineers. He was my teacher, but I got asked to help run cameras for an America's Most Wanted show,
Oh
and it was about
wow.
a guy that escaped. He had murdered people, and he joined a circus, and he was one of those tiger guys, that did the work with the
Yeah.
tigers. And so I'm in this club, and there's all these tigers around me everywhere. And they had them on leashes, and they had their trainers with them. But I'm thinking, man, any moment if one of these tigers got out of control, I could be its lunch.
Yeah.
So
I don't
I
think
just
a leash on a tiger is going to do
no, and they had their I don't know, they had their big sticks or whatever that they used to guide them around with and to
much. Yeah.
slap them on the butt or whatever, do whatever they had to do to get them to do what they needed. It was a wild scene, I tell you.
It's crazy, dude.
So
I was in. I think it might have been Indonesia. I'm thinking it was Malaysia that I was laying out by the pool, like waiting for them to come pick us up to go to sound check, and I said, this guy comes. busting out of the door of the hotel, running toward me with a big long stick. I was like, oh my, what? No. I thought he was going to attack me.
Hmm.
And he ran right by me. And I look around and a big com Komodo dragon is sneaking up on me.
Oh my gosh.
This thing's like 6 or 7 feet long.
Oh, wow.
And he starts beating this thing in the head, dude, with this stick. And it runs, and it runs and climbs up the freaking side of the hotel. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh boy.
Like,
Wow.
he's like, so
I didn't realize they were that big. I didn't realize
there,
that.
this thing was huge. I think it was a Komodo dragon. I think it was that or that one of those, what's those other things, those giant lizards. Uh,
Iguanas?
no, no, it's way bigger than that. That's not an
I
iguana
can't
that
think.
big. I mean, these things are big as alligators. We got,
Mm.
we
Oh
got
wow.
like, I'm surrounded by alligators right now on every. I mean, the swamp. I'm right on the 18th fairway right here. There's a sign that sticks up that says, "Beware of alligators and rattlesnakes." Like, so
Oh,
I'm
great.
surrounded by swamps. So in every pond on this golf course, there's 2 or 3 alligators in there.
Holy cow. Huh.
But they don't mess with you. I hit one the other day with my golf ball and it landed right beside it. I had my ball retriever like, like 8 feet away from him trying to get my ball back.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's some funny stuff right there. Holy
yeah,
cow.
yeah.
Oh, sakes. Well, yeah, so you guys pumped out a lot of great songs with Firehouse, though. I mean, my gosh, Love of a Life. And by the way, Love of a Lifetime is me and my wife and myself. We dedicated that song to each other when we got married. So Love of a Lifetime's
Oh, that's
been our
awesome.
song. But
That's
man,
great. That was a big wedding song. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
definitely. But my gosh, Don't Treat Me Bad, When I Look into Your Eyes, All She Wrote, I Live My Life for You, Reach for the Sky. Man, you guys had so many great hits with Firehouse. Here for You,
well,
Home is Where the Heart Is, You're Too Bad, Don't Walk Away. You guys had so many great songs at Firehouse. So many
well.
great songs. What
Thank you,
caused you
man.
to walk away from Firehouse? Did you just, it
Just
just
that
wasn't it
thing of,
anymore for you? Just needed to go on and do some different things. I know you went on to help being with Trace Adkins and Craig Morgan.
yeah.
How long
I
were
thought,
you? How long were you with those guys?
I was with Craig for, I think, 13 or 14 years on and off. Started with Craig, the weirdest freaking thing, the way I started. Moved to Nashville to start a country band, like in the, like Little Texas and Diamond Rio,
Yeah,
bands like that I love. So
yeah, me
I
too.
had in
Me
my
too.
mind I wanted to do that. So I moved to Nashville. That's what I wanted to do. I was tired of doing the same thing with
Yeah,
Firehouse thing. And that last album, it just, it didn't sell. And I was like, well, this isn't going to work out. So
yeah,
I was like, I want to do something different. So I
yeah.
decided to do that. And when I got into town, I was like, I want to take a little time off and just hang. And my best friend that was from here, his dad and my dad played in the band together. He was Craig Morgan's drummer at the time.
Okay.
And he called me up. I was like, man, our monitor guy just quit. Can you come out and run monitors for us so we can find somebody? I was like,
Wow.
dude, I've never ran monitors before, right? He's like, I know, but it's easy. Don't worry about it. So, okay. So I go out there and start running monitors. This a month goes by, I hadn't found anybody. And Michael was talking to Craig one day. He's like, man, why don't we get uh, we needed more. They had needed more harmony vocals on the band. Not a lot of everybody sang. Michael's like the best freaking singer in the world. So he was like, get Perry to sing. Can he help me sing these backgrounds? It's not right. We need another vocal. And he's like, so I started singing background vocals while I was running monitors.
Oh, wow.
Right.
How about that? Wow.
So it keeps going on like that. And the bass player one day comes to Craig and says, I got to go. My sister's getting married and I have to leave with no warning. Right. Craig's like,
Uh,
I don't have time to find anybody to take your place. And I was like, I can probably play it. He's like, you play bass? Like, yeah, he didn't have a clue who I was.
Oh, well.
He's strictly a country guy. I mean,
Yeah.
hardcore country guy.
Uh-huh.
And it's that, well, if you think you can do it, I'd never played one of the songs before, but I'd heard them for a couple of months every night. I was like, it's pretty simple stuff. Give her, some of it, most of it. And so I got up and played bass for him at one night, and he come to me at the end of the night, and he's like, that 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 felt better than any bass player I've ever played with. He said, like you're
Wow.
freaking grooving, man. I was like, well, that's all I'm good at is grooving. So he's
Huh.
like, well, you want to play bass for me? This other guy can stay home. I was like, why not? I'll give it a shot. Right. Uh, it lasted 14 years. And so my best friend was playing in the band, and two or three other guys from Myrtle Beach were in the band that Michael had gotten to play. So all the guys in the band were great friends of mine. So I was having a blast, and just kept it going. And then Trace Atkins called me one day and offered me like double the money. And I was
Huh.
like, man, Craig, I hate to do it, but Trace wants me to go play bass for him. And they were good friends.
Yeah.
Trace kind of hated to pull me away from him, but he was said, man, it's fine. Go ahead. Trace is a good guy. You'll So I played with them for 2 years,
Okay.
and I didn't mesh with some of the guys, right?
Okay.
And so I decided to go back. I was uh, try to start doing something else, and I called Craig up. I was like, Craig, this ain't working with Trace. If you hear of anybody who needs a bass player, let me know.
Okay.
And he called me a week later. He's like, I found you a gig. I was like, who is it with? He said, me. I was like, I want you back. I was like, you kidding me? He's like, yeah, come on back. And so I
Wow.
played with him for another year to year and a half, and then STRYPER thing happened. So I had to quit
Okay.
him again. Had to quit him again. So it's
Wow.
like, oh, it was, but he was like, it's okay. They're good Christian boys, so I don't mind. Like, thanks, Craig. No, I love Craig Morgan to death. He was a great dude, and he just freaking re-enlisted. He was like a hardcore army guy, and he'd been in the military forever, and he ended up re-enlisting the reserves. Man, he's active right now, so if they need to call him up, he might have to go somewhere. But
Huh.
he's hardcore, dude. I'm telling
Wow.
you. But he loves the country, he's a good man.
That's awesome.
Yep.
And then you joined Striper in 2017.
Yep. Yep. I actually got the call when I was teeing off on hole number one. Me and a buddy were out with Craig. We had a day off. We were playing golf, and they called me, and
Wow.
I think I shot well over 100 that
So
day. I couldn't.
how did
It was
they
like,
wow, how did they kind of discover you, Perry, Michael, and everyone?
uh,
How did that connection kind of start? Where did that start?
uh, can we pause for a second?
Hmm. Absolutely.
Pause. I got to run. Brett, hold on. Somebody's at the door.
Absolutely.
Hold on.
Okay. Well, we're back. And so
What was that
Perry,
last question?
yeah, how did how did you guys how did the whole connection start? Like how did Michael and the guys hear
Oh
about you and
yeah,
that you're wanting a or that you're maybe needing a new gig at the time or whatever the
yeah.
case?
Yeah, I was still playing with Craig, but I was at the point where I wanted to come back home,
Okay.
and I kind of made up my mind within the next 6 months or so that I'd move back home. So, a good friend of mine from back in Max Warrior days, Marty Burns, he was from Greenville, North Carolina, and
Okay.
he was a Max Warrior fan, man. He loved us, and he'd follow us everywhere. And he uh, he became like a local promoter in the area, up in that area, and he was putting on shows and stuff later on. This was years later, and he was talking to Dave Rose, one
Yep.
of Stryper's
Yeah.
managers out of Nashville, and Dave
Yeah.
told him, it just came up in conversation. It's like Stryper might be needing a bass player coming up. If you know anybody, let me know. He's like, hold on. He wrote my name and number down. He handed it to Dave, and Dave looked at it. He's like, oh my God, why didn't I think of this guy? I didn't.
Oh,
He's like, I know this guy. He said, I didn't know Dave, but Dave said Dave was in a band back in the day, right? And he said their very first gig that they ever played was opening for Firehouse or White Heat before we got signed. We were playing
wow.
a few gigs trying to get ready to do all these, auditions for the record companies. And we were playing one in Raleigh at the Switch, and they got to open for us that night. And then he said, and you guys were really nice to us. And we sat down and talked for a long time and getting tips on recording on these little 8 tracks and
Mm,
what to do and how to do this and how to do that. And it said it always stuck with me, and I always kind of kept up with your career and what you were doing. And he said when I saw your name, he said it clicked, and it's like I know this is the guy. And he
wow.
called Michael up, and he said, "Man, I think I got your guy. The guy used to play with Firehouse." And Michael's like, "Yeah, that he didn't. We had met once in '84. Max Warrior opened for Stryper in
Okay.
in '84, '85,
Okay.
and
Huh.
so he knew who I was, but we met that one time back then, right? So he said, "Tell him to learn 4 songs, and we'll fly him up here, and we'll get all the other guys together, and we'll audition him, see how it goes." And I learned 4 songs and flew up there, and we were just in Michael's house in his little studio. It was a tiny little room. Uh, Robert's on an electronic kit. It sounds like total crap. When nobody's using amps, we're playing through these little powered speakers. It sounds terrible, right? And I was like, oh my gosh. I thought I was going to be walking into a nice freaking, rehearsal room somewhere. And it's like, all right, we're going to play these songs, but we're not going to sing. Oh, oh. I kind of needed that vocal to know where I was at in the song because they were still really new to me in my head. And it's like, okay. So we started playing them. We're playing, and we finished the first song. He's like, "Yeah, I didn't know you played with a pick." I I played all that country stuff with my fingers, but it was slow. I'm not really good at fast stuff with my fingers. I didn't learn to play that way. I started out learning to play with a pick, so I kind of stuck with that. And I was like, yeah, is that a problem?" It's like, dude, that sounds twice as good to me. It's so tight and distinct, and like it cuts through. Because I like the way it sounds. So like, oh, good, all right. So we play the 4 songs, and he said, okay, now we're just gonna sing everything a cappella. We're not gonna play. We're just gonna sing it, the choruses. So I'm
Okay.
like, oh my Lord, you're putting. It's like, okay. So we sing the 4 songs 2 or 3 times through, and he's like, all right, man, that was good. We'll let you know. And I was only there for a few hours, and that they that's when they called when I was playing golf that day. It was like maybe 3 days later. They told me they had a few more people they were going to audition, and they ended up they didn't audition anybody else. They said that they knew I was the one they wanted, so
Wow.
that's how that happened. Yeah,
Wow. That's incredible. Well, they did a
yeah.
great job, man, choosing you. I can't imagine anyone else. I really can't imagine anyone else that would fit into Striper the way you have. I think you fit in great. And you guys
Thank
seem
you.
to have
Yes,
a really good relationship with each other, and
yeah,
seems like you guys are really got that tight family net kind of thing going on. So
yeah. I mean, we hit it off right from the start. I mean, they make you feel like you're part of the family,
Yeah,
immediately.
they
And
do. They do.
it's they're like, man, I wish I'd have got you in the band back when you were opening for us in '85. It's like,
Man.
I just wish you'd have been there earlier. I was like, me too, but everything happens for a reason, I guess. So we're here
Yeah,
now.
sure
So
does.
let's make the best of what we got.
Yeah, in
So,
2005, I had gotten a hold of Dave Rose in 2005 because they were going to be in Denver. I didn't get to go see him on their reunion tour, and but I was able to go see him when they brought out the Reborn album. And so I went and saw him in Denver. I got a hold of Dave Rose. I said, "Hey, I knew the I knew the guys back in '90. Got to work with them a little bit, and I haven't seen them since. I would really like to come down and see Michael and everybody and kind of catch up with them, and of course be there for the show." And Dave Rose emailed me back and said, "Come on down." So went down there, and I cannot remember the little club in Denver that they were playing at, but got there to the door, walked in, and I was greeted and said, "Are you Troy Harper?" I'm like, "Yeah." And so he said, "Come on in." And there was Michael up on the stage doing a sound check, and he came down. We hugged, and it was like we had not. It was like all those years just never existed that we didn't see each other, and we had
yeah.
a great conversation that day, and great time hanging out, and got to meet Tracy Ferry. He was the one playing bass with them for that time,
Oh yeah.
and Robert was really sick that day. Um, so I only got to talk to him briefly before the show, just for a few minutes. He stayed in the bus sleeping, and during the show, at the end of that show, he passed out while he was playing
Oh
and
my
had to be
God.
picked up by the guys backstage to put him back up in his seat. He
Mm.
powered through that show and he did a great job, but he did pass out right towards the end of that show. And so I never did get to hang out with him after the show, but here's a picture of me and the guys right there.
Oh,
Yeah, they
that's
were
awesome.
just yeah, terrific. I mean, Tracy Ferry was really nice, and it was
I
just like
heard
a big
I heard
reunion
he's a
that day.
good guy. He's a great player, man.
Yeah, and I think he's with
Yeah.
Boston still, I believe. I want to
Dude,
say, but
if you could play that Boston stuff, you're freaking great. Because
yeah, and I
that's some of the best bass work on that first album. Good
yeah,
Lord. It's if you
I got
like
all their
concentrate on
albums.
that,
Oh my gosh, one of
and
my favorites.
They say Tom Schultz played.
Yeah, yeah,
I find that's hard to believe that a guitar player that doesn't play bass played it that good. That's freaking
yeah,
crazy. I
yeah,
mean, hats off
yeah.
to him.
Terrific album, and
Oh my
yeah,
God.
Tom Schultz is just terrific.
That was life changing. That record, man. That changed
Absolutely was.
that
Yeah,
nobody had heard production like that before.
man,
He
I tell
was
you what.
God, what a genius that guy was or
Oh
is.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, God, and I remember when Michael got to go be with Boston for a little bit. And one of my favorite songs from Boston is Amanda. And
Hmm.
I get teary eyed every time I hear that song. But hearing Michael sing that song, man, he did a great job on that. But what an honor that had to have been for Michael to be in Boston for a little bit like that.
Oh my God, that was huge. Yep.
Yeah. And that was after I'd seen him in 2005 that he ended up being with Boston. I never did get to go see Boston with him. They just never were in my area so I could go see him, but I wish I could have. I really wish I
Yep.
could have seen him. But yeah, Dave Rose had offered me a job with those guys to travel and do some work and stuff. But I was taking care, I was raising my son, and my son's turned out to be a great guy. He's 20, he'll be 28 this year now, but turned out to be a really good guy. He's very successful in his life. And but I was raising him, and I didn't want anyone raising him but me,
Yeah,
and
that's more important than
yeah, so they Michael and
even rock
everyone
and roll.
understood, but man, that was hard to turn that gig down. That was hard, and
I'm sure. Yeah.
yeah, man. But they're
Dave's
just
a
great
good
guys.
guy, man. I love Dave Rose so much. I mean, I've never seen him mad. He's always smiling. He's always so positive.
He is,
He is
yeah,
such a great dude.
he
And
is a great guy. He is a
yeah,
great guy.
him and Lisa. and Shelly and Alina, they all run such a really great, they're such great organizers. And I
Yeah.
have to brag on Shelly, man. She's one of the most organized people I've ever met in my
I
life.
can tell just
Oh
talking to her
my
on the
gosh.
phone to make all this help make all this happen, which tell her tell Shelly thank you so much for me, by the way.
I will.
Again. But
She
I
is,
could
she
tell
is something.
she's a great lady. I could tell she's just a great lady. And I could tell she's a great organizer. She's the one that organized this for us. And
Yeah, she's good.
yeah, she's great. She's great. So anyway, so gosh, I mean, you've been with Stryper since 2017. First album you're involved with was Goddamn Evil, 2018. And I know there was a lot of controversy over that name of that album.
Yeah,
But great album though. My gosh, what a great
yeah.
album that is.
They put
And
out some good ones, man. This is freaking crazy. The first time I heard when I was getting back into them, and I heard Fallen, when I first got that record, I couldn't
mm,
believe it.
that is
How
a good album.
I was like, "Good Lord, it's so good." I was just
Yeah,
blown away. I had no idea because I hadn't after they broke up. What was it in like '90 or whatever, whenever it was they
92
first
and
two?
92.
Yeah, I kind of lost touch with them. I didn't.
Yeah,
I wasn't. I was so involved in other things. I didn't even know they'd gotten back together, and until later on, and then I went back and bought all those early albums they'd come back out with, and I was man, I couldn't believe it how good they were.
yeah. My gosh, I know it. Oh
Michael's
gosh,
such a
and then
great. He's such a good writer, dude. I mean,
yeah, my
it,
gosh, Michael just keeps writing and
I,
writing and writing and
I
putting out
don't
so
know
much
how
great stuff.
I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, his new
Not
album, The
just for
Master Five, came out
Striper.
yesterday. I know.
Yeah, solo stuff. He writes for all these other projects he's doing. It's crazy. But
Sweet and Lynch. My
yeah,
gosh, I mean,
yeah. Trace
Sunbomb.
Tracy Gunn's thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been amazing. Yeah.
He is. God, I don't know of anybody else in the music world that stays as busy as he does with writing and putting things out. It's just
You're right.
incredible. Yeah, it's all
That's
incredible stuff.
true.
It's all incredible
Yeah.
stuff. Do you have a favorite Striper album? Do you have a favorite, or do you have several favorites, or
Man, I mean, Soldiers was
it's
my
hard for me
favorite
to choose
of
a
the
number
old.
one album, believe me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Soldiers was my favorite from back then. Now, on the new stuff that I've been on, I don't know. I
mm,
couldn't really,
I
I don't
can't
know.
narrow it down. It's all so good. It's
It,
all so good.
it's like your children. You can't pick a favorite,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know.
And
So
that really is what all this is to all of you. It's your baby. It's everything you
yeah,
guys do. It's your baby. I mean,
yeah,
yeah. So yeah. So, but I don't know. I'd have to say for the older days, To Help the Devil probably would be my number one. Soldiers Under Command number two. And Against the Law, man, I gotta say that'd be my that'd be my number four pick probably.
yeah,
Uh, To Help the Devil, Soldiers Under Command, then the Yellow and Black Attack, and then um, the one I just mentioned,
yeah. I mean,
Against the
dude,
Law. And
yeah,
I mean, but with all the newer stuff, I can't pick a number one. They're all so good. They are all so good.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Even The
It's
Devil Believes, incredible album.
that one is that one is
Little Battle,
maybe close to number one for me, maybe. And but each time a new one comes out, it's harder to say that. So
I
I'm like,
know it.
you know,
And this
I
one right here, my gosh, what a terrific album that is. I was blown away by this. I've got
good.
I do another podcast called Smoke and Metal Podcast, which that's what this cigar was based off of. And I just have a lot of fun with that one. I put an album in, I discuss it while I'm playing it. I even sing along to some of it,
Yeah,
and just
yeah,
discuss it and talk about it. And when I did that podcast with this, I had not listened to it yet. I had just bought it. I had not listened to it yet. It was right around Christmas time, And I wasn't sure if it was going to be traditional Christmas music or if it was going to be Striper style music. And when I put that thing in, I was like, oh my gosh, this is Striper style Christmas music. And
Yeah.
oh my gosh, it was just incredible. And from what I understand, that music had been, I mean, the original material had been out for a while that had been written for a lot of years previous. And you guys finally decided to do it. So
Well, they had that record in the can for
that's what I
years.
heard. Yeah.
It was already recorded.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all I did was I went back and recorded the bass and the vocal on it. That's the only thing that had to be done on it.
Yeah.
And so, and what I like, one thing I do like about that record is especially the background vocals aren't stacked and layered like on a regular record we do. There'll be 60 vocals on a song, right? This
Yeah.
is just one track of each of us singing, and it you can it it doesn't sound like a choir. It sounds like four guys singing, right? Or
Right.
three guys singing. And that's what I like about that. It's more, it's just more. I don't know how to explain it. It's not so produced, you know.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, you guys are, I mean, my gosh, is this your gig for a while, you think? Is this your home, Striper?
this is
Or
this is my last gig, man.
okay. I
This is
figured
my
so.
last gig. If this stops or when this ends, I'm a full-time golfer, cigar
Yeah,
smoker.
yeah,
But,
man.
you
Well,
know,
what's the future for Striper, would you say? Is there anything you can reveal to us, or is there anything going on that we can know about with Striper and you guys and
well,
future plans?
we just finished recording a new record. Um, I
I
got the
thought so. I thought
I got
so.
the final mix like 2 days ago,
Okay.
and
Exciting. That's awesome.
it's a little more straight ahead kind of thing.
Okay.
Uh, it's I mean it's not a lot different than the other ones, but it is a little different. It's a little more straight ahead rock and roll kind of thing. So, and Michael's not screaming at the top of his lungs on every song. A lot of stuff is a little lower, especially in the verses where he can actually pull it off live without killing himself. Man, the
Hmm.
stuff that he records, so it's what he's singing is so hard to do
Yeah.
that I don't know how he does it every night and keep his voice. So
Yeah.
this is
Well,
good,
how's how's Michael
it's
doing with everything? I know he had some issues with his throat with the cancer with one of his glands. Was that what it was?
yeah, it was like a lymph node thing.
Yeah,
So
his
they're
lymph
holding
node.
off,
Yes.
and it's going okay. I mean, they're keeping an
Good.
eye on it, and
Good.
they're not going to do anything right now, but they're
Good.
going to monitor that and see how it goes.
Great.
But his eyes that he had problems with a couple of years ago, that's gotten a
Yeah,
lot better. That's
that's great.
good. And Oz seems to be in good shape. It
I was
looks
going to
like
ask you about Oz.
his brain tumors have reduced, and
Oh, great.
we hope that he can stay with us on the road. This coming up long bus run we're going to do after the album comes out. It'll be in the fall. So
Okay, that's great
we're
news.
we're just praying that he's going to be there with us, man. That's all I want.
Yeah,
That's all I
yeah.
want.
Well, you
You
all are in my
cannot
prayers, I
replace him.
know.
You can't replace him. No matter how
No.
good somebody is, that voice
Yeah,
is just
yeah.
incredible. That boy's got such a great voice,
He really
and
does. He
man,
really does.
he could have easily been a lead singer, you know.
Well, he
And
was with Stryper for a little bit. Well, when Michael had left back
yeah,
in 91, 92 to go do his solo work, which that first Michael Sweet solo album is just incredible.
yeah,
Um, but so it was just it was just him and Robert and Timothy, of course, at the time, and
yeah.
he was doing all the main vocals. He did all the vocals for that, and he
Uh,
sounded terrific.
that's crazy.
Um,
I know. It's
and then
nuts.
when Stryper did their expos, when they decided to start doing the expos in the very beginning, that led them back to being together again. Oz was doing a lot of the vocals at that time. You know, him and Michael kind of equally did the vocals, and Oz's vocals were just terrific. And
Yeah,
I
he
thought,
blows
my
me
gosh,
away.
if you know, if anyone's gonna be the next lead singer for Stryper, it definitely would have to be Oz, I think. But
Yeah, it's crazy.
well, I'm glad Michael and Oz are both doing good. I think about those guys every day and hope they're doing great,
Yep.
and hope their health is improving and everything. I can't imagine the world without Stryper. I just can't imagine the world without Stryper. I know eventually that will be the case, but the music will live on, of course, you know. But
Well, there's going to be a gigantic catalog, that's for sure. What we on,
oh,
like
and yeah, I mean,
eight?
I've got their whole catalog right there. Um, that I've
Crazy.
been that I keep, you know, but on record. But oh my gosh, so many! I would have never, when I was younger, I would have never guessed that Stryper would have these many or this many albums. It's just, and there's
No,
more to come. I have a feeling besides the one you guys are working on, maybe there'll be another one in the mix after
uh,
that one. But
I hope so. I hope so.
yeah, you guys are young still. You guys got a lot in you still, I know.
I
So,
wouldn't go that far.
oh, I don't, man, I tell you what, you guys with the attitude you have and just the tight knit family you have with each other. I mean, I think you guys will be around for a while yet. I have a
I
feeling.
hope, yeah, I hope so. We're going to
I
try.
hope and pray so too, you know. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I wanted to pop up a picture of um I wanted to pop up this picture of you back in the Firehouse days. Just wanted to show that picture there. And
Oh, yeah.
man,
Yeah.
man, you guys look so good together. You guys
Still
in
got,
those days, man, I tell you what. And
I still
boy,
got, I'm back to the original haircut.
oh wow. And
Oh,
I
God.
wanted to show you this picture of Robert and oh gosh, the drummer for Trickster at the time when I was with him.
Gus?
Gus, yes.
Oh, I love Gus.
Is he still doing country music? Do you know?
I don't think so, man. He just put out his own line of vodka.
He did.
Yeah, and it's good. The boys tell me it's good. I don't drink anymore, but the the crew like, man, this is really good vodka. So I hope he does
Wow.
good with that.
About that.
Yeah,
Do you think
we
he'll ever
always
get
had a
back
great
into
time
Trickster
together.
again?
I have no idea what went down with that. I don't know.
Yeah. I would,
I don't
man, I
know.
want to see Trickster again. I know they're working on some new material, and I hope I run into those guys. I was supposed to hang out with them back in 2015. They were going to be at a festival called Rock and Railroad Festival, which didn't happen. Um, I had it set up to go hang out with those guys, and then that festival didn't happen, so I never did get to do that. But
Yeah,
I hope to run into those guys again too. They're great guys. They really
they
are.
are. They are, man. They
And
are.
yeah, so I wanted to show this picture of all of us together back in 2023. I look so much different compared to now. It's just unbelievable how much different I look now. I've lost 30 pounds since the last time you've seen me. And
Wow,
yeah,
great.
that beard is gone, of course, but that was a
Oh,
great day. I had
wow.
such a good time with you guys that day and
Look at
hanging out
that.
with you.
Yeah, yeah. That's
That was a
awesome.
fun time, man. I hope you guys will be in Denver sometime again soon, and hopefully I can be there to see you guys again. I really hope
Yeah,
for
we'll
that.
be there. I'm sure we'll be going to Denver, dude. I, I'm not sure if I
Yeah,
heard that come up on because they're still booking all that. So,
yeah,
but
sure.
I sure hope so. But I love Denver. Yeah.
Yeah, I know Denver seems to be a pretty big market for Striper. Seems like Denver's really accepted Striper over the years. I think every tour you guys do, there's always a Denver show. Always a Denver show, it seems like.
Man, I played Denver so much with when I was with Craig. There was this, I forget the name of it. It's a giant country bar in Denver. That
Oh, the Grizzly Rose, maybe?
yes, yes, the Grizzly Rose. We play there with Craig like every 2 or 3 months. It was insane. It would be. packed. That place holds like 2 or 3 thousand people. It
Yeah,
would be packed every time we'd play there, and I had
yeah,
such a good time there. So
yeah.
I've
That's a good
spent a
place.
lot
That's a
of
good
time in
venue.
Denver. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, I sure hope I'll get to see you guys again soon, definitely. And
yeah,
can
man.
you can you name all the Striper albums?
No, I doubt it.
I was gonna see if you can name them and go
There's
backwards
no
from
way.
new
There's
to
no
old.
way. No, no, there's like 18 of them, right? No way I could name all those. I couldn't
I
do
could do
that.
it, but I'd be cheating. I could do it,
I,
but I'd be
I,
cheating.
I have a hard time naming all the Firehouse albums. There was only 5 of
I know it's yeah, man. There's so much between Firehouse and Striper, man.
them.
You've been a big part of a lot of great material that's been out there. I tell you what. So, but
Well,
man, I'm
I've been blessed to be
you
just to be
have
able to do it this long and to
yeah.
be in these bands.
I
It's been a
know it.
dream come true, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I tell you what. Um, yeah, and coming to realize you are the main founding member for Firehouse. You are the main founding
We
member of
were
Firehouse. You're the one
well,
that kind of got the whole thing going.
we all kind of did that. I'm
Okay.
not going to take credit for that, but yeah, that was kind of a mutual thing
Yeah.
because CJ was actually riding with the other 2 guys while I was still in Nantucket. I had to give them a notice. They were going to keep going, so they had to find somebody. So I stuck with them for a couple of months, and by the time I got to Charlotte, I already had a few songs written. But
Okay.
you,
Okay.
but we'd all, it was kind of a mutual thing. CJ and I, we'd we knew each other so well. We just knew that we should stick together and try to make something happen.
Yeah.
And I knew they
Right.
wasn't going to find a better singer than that, so I was like all
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, what do you got planned for the rest of your weekend then, Perry?
Oh, I need to practice a lot.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
got the Monsters of Rock
Oh,
cruise
yeah.
coming
Talk
up.
about that. So, who's
Yeah,
all going to be on that bill at the Monsters
man,
and Rockers?
I saw who was going to be on there like a month ago, and I hadn't looked at it again. But there's a lot of great bands. There's like got to be like 50 bands on there this year.
Wow.
It's crazy.
And how
I
long will
think
that cruise
I think
last? Is that like a 6 day
I
cruise?
think it's 5 or 6 days. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
I would love to make it to one of those eventually.
Oh, it's amazing, man. I
Man, I
mean,
would love
you're
to
like
get on one of those.
every minute of the day, you can see somebody playing somewhere on the boat,
Yeah.
and
My gosh.
it's nuts.
Sounds like
So,
heaven to me, man. I tell you what. So,
so looking
yeah, I
forward
hope
to it. Yeah,
I have a chance
and
to maybe
they
go to
have a nice
Nicaragua in November, but
yeah, they got a nice cigar lounge on there too.
do they really?
Yes,
Oh
yes,
boy, well that's right up your alley, of course.
that's right. So I'm looking
Gosh.
forward to it. Yeah,
Well, it's good to know you're a cigar guy. I tell you what, how's that cigar doing still? Is it doing
I'm
okay?
loving it, dude. I'm in the Candela part now. Um, so it's different all the way down. It's really nice.
One of my favorites. One of my favorites from them. One of my
Very nice.
favorites. So
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
Yeah, it's a good company to be with, TBC. They've been really good to me and they really back up their product. If anyone gets a bad cigar or two or whatever, they will replace them and with no problem at all. And it's been a great company. And they're out of
Are they?
Royal Palm Beach, Florida, the
Well, I was
TBC.
going to ask you. I thought maybe Tampa or somewhere.
Yeah, they're close to
Yeah.
Miami there. So
Okay. Cool.
yeah, but I'm glad you've been enjoying that cigar today.
Yeah,
Really
man.
glad. Really
This has
glad.
been a great interview, dude.
This has been I wanted
One
this
of
to be more than an interview. I wanted this to be just a time to hang out, get to know you a little bit more, and just to get to know the real Perry Richardson, really, and to expose you to everybody out there that follows me. And I just
yeah.
you're one of the I think you're one of the best bass players out there, Perry, and
Oh
definitely one of
God.
the most underrated bass players out there. And man, I tell
Well,
you what, but you're a great bass player. And
thank you, man. Thank
I
you.
was
I
gonna show you
appreciate it.
really quick. This is the closest I've got to a bass guitar right now. This was made for me. I went to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to be on a cigar podcast, the Cigar Junkies podcast, which I was on their very last show. And there's a guy, his name is Louis Lamana, that lives in Pittsburgh, and he makes these guitars, these out of cigar boxes.
No way.
And this was made for
Oh.
me. Um, and there's
That's
Louis right. That's Louis right there, Louis Lamana.
that's
He's
so cool.
very well known. And then the Cigar Junkies, this guy right here, let's see, Corey Banks right there. And the other two guys, I can't remember their names, but they've got a band called uh, the Strum Junkies. They've got a band called the Strum Junkies. And so they had this big, this was from a Halloween party I went to. It was at Leaning House Fine Cigars in Pittsburgh. And they played there, and I got to play the last few songs with them on drums. And they presented me with this. So,
Oh man, that's so cool.
yeah, it's only got three strings, but I play like a bass, pretty much.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
but
that's awesome.
yeah, so I'm really proud of that,
I
and
love
wanted
that.
to show that to you today. So,
That's awesome.
but yeah, I gotta buy a new amp because it's made to hook up to an amp and everything. So
Hmm.
I've got to get an amp and start playing on that thing a little bit. But I do want to pick up a bass again and want to get back in my drumming again here soon. And so, but you're a huge influence on me, Perry, and you were with Firehouse. I mean, and for you to be a part of Stryper, that's just, man, the best of both worlds. You being in Firehouse and now Stryper. And Firehouse has always been
Yeah,
one of my favorite bands out there too. So,
me
but
too.
man, what a
So,
what a thrill to have you today here with me today, Perry. I tell you what.
well, it was my pleasure, brother. Thanks for
Yeah,
having me, and well, hopefully we'll get to see you out on the road somewhere.
I hope
Um,
so too. I hope so too. But man, don't be a stranger. I'd love to hear from you ever so often and see how you're doing and
you got it,
everything. So yeah, I really would. Is there any way you would or want to rate that cigar? What would you rate that cigar, do you think?
dude. That is definitely in the 90s. I
Okay.
mean, it's got
That's
to be a
great.
92 or 3 at least. I mean,
That's great. That's
so
great.
good, so good.
Great. Well, I'll definitely get some more cigars to you. I'll definitely send you some of my Metal Beast cigars and I'm gonna talk to Ira and see what we can do to hook you up with some more TBCs
That
and
would be
to get you
awesome.
some more of those triple plays there. So
Killer, man. I
but
appreciate
if you
it.
get on their site and look through it and there's anything you're interested in, let me know. So
You
see
got
what
it,
we can
man.
do to see what we can do
Thank
to hook
you.
you up. So yeah.
All right.
Well, anyway,
Awesome.
brother, keep rocking out
Hey,
there.
we'll do it, brother. We'll
And
try.
please say hi. Please say hi to the guys for me. Tell them hi for me. And I don't know if they knew you were on this podcast today, um, but tell them hi for me. Tell them old Troy Harper says hi, and I hope
We'll
to see you
do.
again soon. So, but yeah, this has been a great time today, Perry. Thank you
Well,
so
thanks for
much
having
for
me again, brother.
everything. Happy
And
Easter to you, and man, get
thank
some
you.
golf games in, get some practicing in, and sounds like you got a lot of things going on. So.
Yeah, yeah. It's a little
Anyway,
busy right now.
you guys will always have my support. So,
Right on, brother. Thank you
all
so
right.
much. All right.
We'll see
Take
you
care.
later. We'll see you
All
later,
right.
brother. Bye
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 bye.
now. Bye. Well, you guys have been watching the Harper Cigar Lounge podcast today with my special guest, Perry Richardson from STRYPER and Firehouse, ex Firehouse, one of the founding members. So, anyway, thanks, guys, for hanging out with us and for tuning into this today and for watching this. And please leave your comments on what you thought of this podcast today. And make sure you guys catch Striper out there when they're on the road. Show your support, show your love to those guys, and keep them around a little longer. And your support will help do that. So anyway, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that today. Hit that like. Leave your questions, comments, and feedback. Share this content with everybody you know out there. Appreciate it. Help this channel to stay alive and well and keep growing. And welcome to this podcast and this channel if you're new. Welcome to the family. Welcome to this great community. So, anyway, you guys all have a great Easter out there. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
See you, Perry.